we're on Sky Sanctuary Act 1, because we already did Act 2.
We can all reverse now.
Yep. Welcome to Moonside.
I think the last time I played Overwatch was when we played and did the Uprising all at once.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't hate Uprising, I just didn't feel any great need to play it over and over again.
Like, I mean, if it came down to it, I'd rather do Uprising a few times, because at least it counts as a victory for arcade mode.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't have any problem with that. I like the regular game, and I'm at a point where I'm not necessarily worried about losing so much as I'm just trying to learn the game better. And maybe
I mean, in a sense, like,
actually get somewhat decent at it.
it's like, I just want my loot boxes, I could just do that rather than spend upwards to an inordinate amount of time trying to get 9 wins.
Oh. I guess it's because I don't really care about, I don't care about the loot boxes, like, at all. The core gameplay is more than enough for me to keep playing.
You know, I need loot boxes.
Yep.
I need better skins.
I mean,
I don't actually really have to look at.
I would like better skins, but I would need them to enjoy the game.
I really want that Widowmaker skin.
Huh. I kind of like that, the new skin that they did for D.Va. That's kind of neat.
The police one?
Yeah, the police one. But that's of course one of the reasons I'm playing Heroes of the Storm, but, you know, just so you guys know, basically there's a thing where you have to beat, you have to beat so many, stages, you know, beat so many matches of, Heroes of the Storm in order to unlock that skin on Overwatch. Cross promotion.
And you have to actually, like, play against other people, so, you know, perhaps someday.
Yep. Honestly, man, if you just do a 5-stack with the rest of us, you're not gonna have any problem with that. You won't even have to talk to an actual. You won't have to talk to an actual person except for us.
Except for you guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I suppose that's acceptable.
Well, geez, tell us how you really feel. So, I just screwed myself up here. Talking and gaming is tough.
I know, right?
Okay, so yeah, I am. Here we go. Let's see. But yeah, as far as those are pretty much what I'm playing. But like, I want to talk about Puyo Puyo Tetris for a second. And it's funny because it's somewhat relevant to what we're doing because it's also a Sega game. Puyo Puyo Tetris is really fucking hard.
I feel like there's that would lean heavily in the favor of whoever is playing Tetris side.
You'd think so, but that's not really the case. They've got it pretty well balanced. It's easier to get a high score in Tetris, but as far as actually playing the game, it's actually a little bit harder to do it properly when you're playing in Tetris, because you're going to get more attack opportunities when you're playing Puyo Puyo.
I was gonna say, like, you're doing like a versus thing for Puyo Puyo Tetris. Like, it did really strike me as like that Puyo Puyo is probably actually at kind of an disadvantage.
It's actually not. That's what I'm saying. If somebody's actually decent with Puyo Puyo, they're gonna crush Tetris players most of the time, from my experience. But the thing is, there's like a bunch of different types of versions of the game in there.
Did a good job back there.
Oh, hey, Ash.
Did you gain weight?
And he's like,
Sonic.
But yeah, basically there's a mode where you can do versus, and one of you can play whatever mode you want to play. Challenge gates. We're probably not doing too many of those.
I was gonna say they're not mandatory. I don't think
They are not mandatory.
they just unlock stuff. I think.
We might do Casino Night later, though.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was DLC.
Yep. But yeah,
Where's
like,
Jack?
there's a... Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's another question, so you can keep talking for now.
Okay. There is a mode where you... Oh yeah, I gotta find the emerald. But yeah, there's a mode where you have to, in Puyo Puyo Tetris, where you can play one or the other... There it is. You can play one or the other modes of the game versus each other. There's a mode where you can switch back and forth between Puyo Puyo and Tetris during the match, and the stuff that you do on one can cross over to the other if you do it right. There's a mode where you play as both Puyo Puyo and Tetris at the same time. And that's... I still haven't even wrapped my head around that. That's really bonkers.
I can't even imagine.
It's nuts. Basically, the only real interesting mechanic about it is that if you drop a Tetramino, it will basically eventually fall through whatever Puyos are on the map and kind of displace them. It'll basically kind of change where they're laid out. I feel like I want to stream just a gameplay of that a little bit at some point, just for the heck of it, because it's just so weird to watch. And no, Casino Night was DLC for the original game. It was not part of the base game.
Chemical Plant Zone was kind of the Sonic 2 rep.
Yep. Face me if you wish to have the Chaos Emerald. And here's the Sonic CD version of it.
Sonic just walks by Metal Sonic and takes the emerald and goes. It's like, you're not really guarding it, you're just kind of standing there.
Time to get funky!
Alright, the next question was, were you ever part of a fandom, Striker?
I really don't know what that means. Have I been a fan of things? Yes. Would I consider myself part of a fandom? Yeah. I was never obsessed with anything in particular. So I guess maybe wrestling fans.
I mean, there kind of sort of was the Mega Man fandom, but it was more specifically the B&G fandom.
Yeah, B&G fandom, I guess. Probably count. But like I said, when I think about fandom, I think about the people who are like obsessed with it, and they were like spending all their days making all these theories and shipping people and doing all that stuff. I don't really do that.
So the Overwatch fandom.
There's people like that in every fandom. So you know, I can't just... The Overwatch just happens to be the flavor of the month, or flavor of the last year or so right now. So, in a sense, yes, but at the same time, it's nothing new. I've seen it before.
It just kind of sets a general tone.
Yep. Oh man, Ash, I love the song that they did for Casino Night in this game. Wonderful.
Now's your chance. Go get him.
Come on, come on, come on.
Metal Sonic.
I'm not close enough. Oh, we gotta do this shit again. Gotcha.
I just like how Metal Sonic is just kind of like,
Yep. Yeah, Sky Sanctuary seems pretty cool too.
Give that robot the boot.
Mm-hmm. Kick him good.
Hey, Striker, the big question: pineapple on pizza.
Don't care. Why aren't we talking about the travesty that is anchovies?
I mean, those are pretty terrible too.
Yeah. I've never had a pineapple on pizza, so I really don't have any particular thought before or otherwise. It's pineapple on pizza. Okay, so is there another emerald that I need to get?
As there's only one person that I knew of that liked anchovies on pizza, and that was my...
Oh, it's the key. That's what I need to get. Sorry, go ahead.
It was only my grandpa that liked
Oh.
anchovies. And since nobody else did, he never actually got to have anchovies on pizza.
Oh, I have to do a challenge act.
Womp womp.
Crap. Alright, fine.
So mandatory after all.
Yeah. It's lame.
Alright, what is our, as comic book fans, what is our hot take on the Netflix shows?
Let's see. Daredevil was good. Both seasons were good. Second one was basically awesome because of the Punisher. Luke Cage is my favorite one out of all of them, and not just because of the obvious thing, but just because it's just probably the best balance out of all of them. What else is there? Iron Fist I haven't finished yet, but it's kind of eh. Ward Meacham is a jackass, and he's probably the only thing worth watching on that entire show. Let's see. Jessica Jones I liked. Very different from the others, though. It's. I can understand why some people didn't care for it because it was a little bit more cerebral than the others. But I didn't think it was bad. I liked it. It had a very real, important kind of situation. Abuse. Abuse is bad.
I would kind of put it like, I would say Jessica Jones was the one I liked the least, but Iron Fist is kind of the weakest overall.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, but whatever.
I think Iron Fist is going to come in last for me. Let's see here. If only because I feel like, you know, I think Iron Fist didn't seem to have accomplished everything that it was going for at the time, other than, setting up for the Defenders. Which is unfortunate. It's basically the Avengers 2 of the Netflix series.
Just feels like, it doesn't really feel like Danny really got to do much of anything.
Yeah. Also, he was kind of, like, I know that's part of the character, but he was just not a fun character to follow in a lot of ways. There's got to be, you got to give us some redeeming quality to it. Now, like I said, this might be because I've not finished it yet, but still.
Granted, the only other thing I can think of when I think of like the actual Iron Fist comics is how who the fuck was it that whenever he wrote dialogue, it was always young warrior or young dragon or like that's what I think of.
I'm thinking of Power Man and Iron Fist, most recent rendition that they've done. It's awesome. Have you read it yet? Have you seen anything?
I have not.
It's great. Like, it's not even remotely serious. And also, basically, Luke Cage is a dad, and he was caught cursing too much near his baby. So instead of cursing, he says "fiddle faddle" all the time. And then other people will other people will say random stuff and try to copy him and say like Hotsy Totsy or Rudy Pooty or something. He'll be like, no, it's fiddle paddle. Okay, so now I need to do this thing. Okay. So now, how do I get the other? Oh, yeah, there it is.
I'm kind of hoping that the Defenders kind of like succeeds in setting up the dynamic between Luke and Danny.
Yes, yes, I would love that. I would love that so much. Because I feel like that's the thing that actually kind of redeemed him as a character, because I don't think he was necessarily all that notable until they teamed him up with Luke Cage.
Probably true. I mean, there was... like, otherwise, the only other real rendition of Iron Fist we've had is the Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yep.
For all of,
And
like,
even-
3 or 4 episodes.
And even then, they teamed him up with Luke Cage.
And he got to be voiced by Lauren Lester, so there's that, too.
Oh.
It's mostly what I remember.
I need to actually sit back and watch more of Avengers Assemble. I heard it got pretty real.
I can't see myself doing it.
There was some good stuff in Avengers Assemble, but it took a while to really get going. And it was still kind of... It wasn't necessarily as good as Earth Mightiest Heroes. That's just the biggest shame to me. Like, And the worst thing was when they did that one episode where they went back in the past and used the friggin' Earth Mightiest Heroes models. And it's like, you jackasses! How dare you?
Fucking Joel Leb.
Say what?
Fucking Jeff. What is his name? Jeff Leb.
Jeff Loeb.
Loeb. That's right, cause lobotomy.
Ew. That's rough, man. That's harsh.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how I've heard how he approaches with some of the TV stuff.
I wouldn't call it that. But he definitely carved his own niche. Let's say that. For better or for worse.
But probably for worse.
You know, in some ways, yeah. And I have very mixed feelings about Jeff Loeb. He has written some of the stuff that I've really enjoyed, like the early Batman Superman stuff that he did, where the run where they reintroduced Supergirl. That stuff was great. Like Public Enemies, that was good. It wasn't necessarily the most sensible thing, but it was a lot of fun to read. But I think, and this is gonna sound real insensitive, but I feel like when his son died, he just kind of went on autopilot. His work has not been good as good since that happened.
I was gonna bring that up too, so I wouldn't feel too bad.
I feel awful saying that because but it's like I can't. There's no other passage of time that I can think of that even refers to a point where something might have changed. But it was around that time his work started to decline.
I mean, it's basically just a traumatic event ultimately affects your art.
Yeah.
The circumstances around it don't really matter. It's more like something bad happened to you, and it's
And it changed you. Sometimes that'll happen for the better. Sometimes nothing will happen at all. Wait, I finished it, didn't I?
Yes.
Why did it make me do it again?
Because you selected try again.
Oh.
Yeah, I would say.
Two keys.
I would say the death of his son probably had a bit of an impact on the decision to. I'm just gonna say take the bat to Earth's Mightiest Heroes because that's kind of what it.
Well, it wasn't just that story either. Like there was a whole slate of stuff coming out at the same time, and that was the other reason why they redid it, was so that they could make all that stuff work together, even though it really didn't. Because like they had Hulk Agents of Smash, and they had Hulk and Avengers Assemble, and never the twain shall meet.
I heard Agents of Smash was pretty bad.
It was not great.
There's also isn't he more or less responsible for Sam Alexander Nova?
Yeah, but he's actually good. I don't have any problem with Sam Alexander Nova. At least the comic book version of him.
I was gonna say, my understanding was he is not as popular as Dick Ryder.
No, he's not. And I see what you did there.
Haha. I wonder if Nova's gonna make it back into Marvel vs. Capcom.
That would be cool.
It'd be nice, because, like...
It'll probably be Sam Alexander, though.
Well, no, probably not, seeing as how... They just kind of gave, I guess you'd call him Nova Prime, really. They gave him the Sam Alexander outfit, which looks really weird on a full-grown adult.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around that one.
Because, like, I imagine they'd probably do that again, since Richard Rider is the more iconic of the two.
Yeah, that is true. So you have to go between, okay, which one is the more iconic version versus which one are the people who actually read comic books or be familiar with any of their media gonna know about right now? That's kind of the question right now. And I think at this point, Sam Alexander might be a little bit more notable. So that's kind of the question right now.
So they'll probably just
They're probably about equal, to be honest.
probably split the difference and just be like, hey, here's Richard Rider in the Sam Alexander outfit again.
And now it's a boss time.
Yeah, back to the original question at hand. I would say Iron Fist suffered from like the pacing is not so great.
No, it is not.
Like the story could have gone better, but it's not the worst part of it. Like most of the issues are technical in nature.
Take a good look at yourself, Sonic.
Dr. Eggman?
It's the last look you'll get before I close your eyes forever.
I did take a good look at myself. I look kind of short and fat. I think it's just the mirror.
Yep. I think I love this particular rendition of Robotnik, even though I miss Dean Bristow.
Yeah, I would say Mike.
Mike Pock.
Yeah, it was probably kind of. I think I like his voice better. I mean, Dean Bristow was good. I just like Mike Pollock's voice for it better.
Pollock has really made it his own. I don't have any complaints about it.
Yeah. Like, I think Sonic Boom really helped that. The show, I mean, not the game.
I will flatten you.
Let's see,
I'm in the wrong place.
Did you see its backside light up?
What is our next?
Shut up, Omochao! You're lucky I can't beat you up in this game.
Jagger, what's your opinion on fanworks?
I have no real strong problem with them. Just, you don't expect the creator to care about them. They don't have any right to, they don't have any need or right to respect them.
Meh.
So if somebody gets Joss, too bad.
Too bad, ain't your thing.
It's attacking me with its arms! You've got to do something to stop them!
Alright, Jagger, how do you usually come up for characters when you tabletop?
I usually think of the concept first. This is not a good time to be asking questions.
You kind of make the experience more enjoyable, Jagger.
Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Good.
Lure its attacks towards the bomb, Sonic. Try not to get caught in the
Shut up, Omochao! God damn it!
grab the arm and attack its head!
I understand how this works. Can you not see?
Do you understand the concept of love? Love?
I do, but I'm gonna need to make a statement of intent.
Alright, so you come up with a character concept first and then go from there?
Yeah. Sometimes if I've come up with a sketch of a character prior to that, like a basic layout of a character, or a character that I don't feel like I got to do enough with in a previous game or a previous setting, I might reuse them and retool them for that. Or if I just happen to like a particular character, I might reuse them for that.
No! No! Son!
That second one's more likely.
Yeah. Basically, when in doubt, go ahead and reuse the stuff I enjoy and take in another direction. But that's only for tabletop.
Alright, Sugar, how do you decide what games to play for fun?
I can't
Not for
believe
video
there's
games.
2 of me.
It really depends on my mood.
I think I figured it out.
If I'm
Yeah,
mad,
me too.
then I might not want to play a versus game.
Places and
I
enemies
would
from
more
our
likely play a
past.
single game where I can just kind of
We're
rampage.
traveling through time and space.
Tails is twice as annoying when there's 2 of him.
How did this happen?
I think it's got something to do with that big thing that just kidnapped Eggman.
My question is, why can Classic Tails talk and why can Classic Sonic not?
I mean our friends. You know what I mean.
I feel like this is a totally fair question to ask.
Wait, what?
Classic Tails can talk, but Classic Sonic cannot.
For some reason. Maybe Tails taught him to talk? I don't know.
We need to find that thing, and fast.
I'm mostly like, why did there have to be 2 Tailses in the first place?
And why is there not 2 Knuckles? 2 Amy's?
Do you really want 2 Knuckles and 2 Amy's? I could see 2 Amy's, because Amy actually changed dramatically in appearance.
Both visually and character-wise.
Yeah. And I got an emerald. Hooray!
And next time on Radical Bromance, I assume?
Yep, next on Radical Bromance, we enter the Dreamcast era.